2015, San Francisco. A group of men sat down at a table. They named their company OpenAI. Open, transparent, for everyone. Into their founding documents, they wrote a single mission: to develop digital intelligence in the way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole, unconstrained by a need to generate financial return. December 11th, 2015. Elon Musk signed. Sam Altman signed. Peter Thiel signed. Reid Hoffman signed. They pledged $1 billion. They called it a gift to humanity. Today, that company is valued at $850 billion. It is under 4 separate investigations, and courts are having to legally compel it to hand over conversations that users believed they had deleted. They called it open. So what did they close? If that question matters to you, like this video, because asking it is getting harder. This is Silent Tab. There is a story told about Sam Altman. It never changes. Brilliant, visionary, a man who sometimes makes mistakes, but at his core wants what's best for humanity. He has cultivated that image with precision. In front of Congress, he is humble. In interviews, he is candid. He speaks about the dangers of AI before almost anyone else does. But at every critical moment, the same pattern appears. Something happens. Altman didn't know. They hadn't noticed. Someone else made the call. The result is always identical. Oversight weakens. Accountability dissolves. Documents stay sealed. And Altman walks into the next room. November 17th, 2023, a Friday morning. The board of directors removed him as CEO. The statement was a single sentence. Mr. Altman was not consistently candid in his communications with the board, hindering its ability to exercise its responsibilities. About what? They didn't say. In which communications? They didn't say. Former board member Helen Toner later offered one example. When ChatGPT launched in November 2022, the board found out on Twitter. The most consequential AI product in history went live, and the people responsible for overseeing it learned from a social media feed. Within 5 days, more than 700 of OpenAI's 770 employees signed a letter demanding his return. Microsoft applied pressure. Altman came back. Most of the board was gone. Law firm Wilmer Hale conducted an independent investigation. The conclusion: no findings that would have warranted his removal. The full report was never published. In December 2023, the SEC issued a subpoena. They wanted Altman's internal communications. They were examining whether investors had been misled. Those communications were never made public. He was not candid, but about what? An investigation was conducted, but the findings are sealed. The SEC demanded records, and they stayed in the archive. Every critical document around this man leads to the same place: a white wall, smooth, impenetrable. July 2023. OpenAI made an announcement. They were forming a new team. They called it Superalignment. Its mission? to develop the scientific and technical breakthroughs necessary to steer and control AI systems far more powerful than humans. The commitment was explicit: 20% of all computing capacity allocated to this team for 4 years. The co-leads were Ilya Sutskever and Jan Laika. Both among the most respected names in the field, Altman made the announcement himself. 11 months later, both of them resigned. Same week, independently of each other. Laika went public. He wrote that OpenAI carried an enormous responsibility on behalf of humanity, but that over the preceding years, safety culture and processes had been consistently deprioritized in favor of shipping products. He stated the team had never received the computing resources they were promised, that hardware requests had been systematically denied, that conducting critical safety research had become progressively harder to do inside the company. Sutskever left a single line. He was going to focus on other projects. What did Ilya see? The questions spread through Silicon Valley that week and didn't stop. He had been inside the company for years. He understood the technology as deeply as anyone alive. In November 2023, he had voted to remove Altman. He said nothing about what he had witnessed. He chose to leave instead. Then came Daniel Kokotailo. I lost confidence that OpenAI would behave responsibly around the time of AGI. Then Gretchen Kruger. Then William Saunders. Researcher Leopold Aschenbrenner was allegedly fired for leaking information. All of them pointed in the same direction. None of them said everything. Altman responded, "We have a lot more to do. We are committed to doing it." The team was quietly dissolved. No formal announcement. Now stop. And consider this carefully. In May 2023, this man signed a public statement alongside hundreds of researchers. Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal scale risks, such as pandemics and nuclear war. He signed that. Then he shut down the team whose entire purpose was to research that risk. Then he said he was committed. Two possibilities exist. Either he never believed the threat was real, and the warnings were performance, designed to be heard but not acted on. Or he does believe it, and the decision to dismantle safety infrastructure was made with full knowledge of what that means. Neither possibility is reassuring. 300 million. That is how many people use ChatGPT every month. 300 million people pouring their thoughts, their fears, their plans, their secrets, their health concerns, their most private questions into an AI system, not knowing where those conversations go, not knowing who can access them, not knowing what they become. In July 2023, the Federal Trade Commission opened a formal investigation into OpenAI. Was the company's data collection transparent? Did it violate consumer protection laws? The investigation is ongoing. No public findings have been released. In 2024, the New York Times and dozens of other news organizations filed legal demands in a copyright lawsuit, seeking access to 120 million conversation logs. OpenAI initially agreed to produce 20 million anonymized records. Then it reversed course. The court pushed. OpenAI resisted, citing user privacy. User privacy. This from the same company that, under a separate court order, had been forced to preserve every user conversation from December 2022 through November 2024, including conversations that users had deleted. You deleted it. You believed it was gone. It wasn't. Italy investigated. Poland investigated. France investigated, all under GDPR. The European Union launched a competition review into Microsoft's investment. Country after country, the same question. What is being done with this data? Who has access, and for what purpose? The answer at every door is the same. Silence, resistance, courtrooms. This is not a debate about privacy policies. This is a question about who holds access to the inner lives of 300 million people, their fears, their plans, their doubts, archived and preserved by court order or by design. And no one is saying clearly what happens to it next. May 2026. A federal courtroom in Oakland. Elon Musk on the stand. I gave them $38 million of essentially free funding. They used it to build an $800 billion company. I was a fool. His attorneys repeat one claim throughout the trial. They stole a charity. Altman pushed back. Musk had built a rival. He had tried to poach employees. On the stand, Altman was asked directly whether he believed in himself. One word: yes. This is the same man. In every investigation, in every crisis, after every resignation. Always there, always calm, always the same answer. In April 2026, a man traveled from Texas to San Francisco. He arrived at Sam Altman's home before 4 a.m. A Molotov cocktail was thrown at the front gate. When he was arrested, he was carrying a manifesto. Names and addresses of AI executives, board members, investors. He had written about the extinction of humanity. The district attorney declined to release the document publicly. To avoid giving it a wider platform, she said. The manifesto is sealed. The trial is ongoing. The investigations are open. And right now, as you watch this, those conversations are archived somewhere. Maybe all of this is coincidence. Maybe systemic failure. Maybe someone genuinely didn't know. But every investigation hits the same wall. Every warning meets the same silence. Every safety researcher walks out the same door. And inside that space, between what they promised and what they built, between what they announced and what they closed, between what they knew and what they said, something is waiting. We don't know what it is. That's the point. If this video meant something to you, subscribe. Leave your thoughts below. Which part of this story stayed with you? This was Silent Tab. Until next time, stay awake.